Good morning. We're here to check on our miracle chick who we think hatched up in the garbage, and it's very funny. And I have some footage last night in the dark. I came and I candled the egg, and I showed you how you can see if the egg is developing or not. And it could be it wasn't developing at the rate that I wanted, and that's how it got in the garbage. Because all our chicks are counted for by summer. Checking Ginger's eggs to see if they're fertilized. Okay, so you see this one? This one might be fertilized, but it's put in much later, like someone just added it. And it's not gonna have time to hatch on her. It's not, no, this is not gonna have, this is gonna hatch way after the other ones. So this one I'm gonna take out from under her. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, this one, you see that? Okay, this one means that there's all the black means that the chick is almost fully developed, and that's the ear sac that it has left. So this should hatch within the next 2 days. This one also. This one also. Good job, Ginger. Here it is. Our miracle chick. This is our miracle chick. Do you want to go see your brothers and sisters? This is a miracle chickie. Okay? Gonna leave it right there. And here, call all your kids to come eat. Here. Call all your kids to come eat. There you go. She called them. The new baby chickie. I'm looking if it should still be under Ginger a little bit longer. Maybe I'll give it a few more hours. One over there. I'm seeing how it's holding up to all its brothers and sisters. It's still a bit wobbly. I might put it under Ginger for a little bit longer. Under Ginger for a little bit longer till it gets a teeny bit stronger. I know what to trample her downstairs. Compost arrived. I'm putting this out, and I'm thinking, like, don't know how healthy this is for you guys. White couscous, white pasta, and pasta and breadcrumbs. Like, I'm like, you know, I don't think this is too healthy. So it's a good thing I also have some vegetables. We got vegetables. Okay, ladies, eat your vegetables first, okay? Okay, I'm putting my foot down on Berecas. They're not getting Berecas. Margarine, that's a whole nother category. That's garbage. Okay, enjoy. There's our little miracle chickie. I hope she'll be okay. Okay, this is day 5. People, we're on day 5. Look at the different coloring. This is all the rye, and this is the wheat. I'm gonna give this to the chickens tomorrow. I got a lot done today. I'm really happy. I had this meeting with Neve, with Rabbi Milgram. We each got a map like this of Neve. So this is the main entrance, and our garden is over here. That's where I'm standing now, is over here. This is our garden, and this is the whole Neve. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna plant 101 fruit trees. So we had to sit down and write exactly what, when, where, and walk around. So the first thing that we're gonna do is bring a tractor, and next week, Bezrat Hashem, we should be getting the tractor on ground to start doing it. It's amazing. We're gonna be selling the trees. Neve And, you know, 101 people are gonna get the mitzvah of planting a fruit tree in Yerushalayim and in Eretz Yisrael, which is amazing. I'm so happy to be part of this beautiful, beautiful project. I also want to go around campus and show you how it looks now. So we'll have a before and an after. Also, I want to talk about the difference between planting a seed and buying a tree and everything like that. So that will be now. I want to talk a bit about trees. How does it work? Is there a difference between planting a tree from a pit, a seed, or taking a piece of the branch like we did last year with these pomegranates? Last Tu B'Shvat, like a half a year ago, we took a branch, a dead branch from the pomegranate tree, and it's growing so beautifully. The same thing with fig tree. We took a branch, and all this is new growth from this year with beautiful leaves on it, and we have like 4 of those. Okay, so these are cuttings that we took from last year from the trees in the winter when there's no leaves on the trees, right before spring when it's starting to sprout and all the life is in those branches. So we just took them and planted them. So that is what we did here. In the house, you saw earlier, we planted mango pits and seeds. And what's the difference? How do we know what's better? How do we know what's going to happen? So let me explain a bit trees. It's fascinating. Remember we said we need bees to pollinate, and the bees come and they take the pollen and they transfer the pollen from the male fruit to the female fruit, and once the fruit is pollinated, then we get fruit. So when we get our seeds, we get those seeds out of fruit that have been pollinated. We don't know who the pollinator was. So let's say I have a really, really delicious apple and I want to plant that apple so I get exactly the same apple, that crunchy, crispy, sweet, delicious apple. And I'm going to take the seeds out of that apple and plant it. Will I get that same apple? No, I won't. Why? Because we don't know who the bee took the pollen from. So it can be a not sweet apple, and it could be from we can have any result with that apple. We can have a different kind of apple, we can have a mushy apple, we can have a not sweet apple, we can have no apple at all. Could be he took it from a sterile plant. I don't know. So we have no idea. It's a gamble. When we plant a seed from a fruit, it's a gamble what kind of tree we're gonna get. And wait for it, and it's gonna take that tree 10 to 15 years till it produces fruit. Okay? So we're gonna wait 10 to 15 years and still not know what kind of fruit, or if at any, we're gonna get from that seed. But we might get a surprise and get a new variety of fruit that we never had before. It might be even more sweet and delicious than our original apple that we had, or mango that we had. We don't know. So it's a fun gamble to take. I have lemon trees. We'll go down and see it in a minute. They're this high. They've been planted 7 years ago from seed. Why not? It's fun. I love growing it. I have no idea if it's going to produce or not produce any fruit. So if we want to have the exact same fruit, what are we going to do? How am I going to get that delicious fruit that I want? So the way to do that is by branch cutting. Is to take a cutting of the tree that your delicious fruit came from, and then you plant that, and you also get fruit. You get fruit like in 6 years or in 4 years. So you get fruit in a much, much shorter amount of time, and you get the exact same tree. You're cloning the exact same clone of the tree that you took it from. So we had a delicious huge date tree out in the front. I took a piece of branch from that tree. This is the exact same tree. The fruit are going to be the exact same sweetness and deliciousness as the mother tree. Okay? Same thing with the pomegranate. I know who the mother is. I cut off the cutting. So if you have a delicious, delicious fruit, it's not going to help to plant it. You have to know where the tree came from, and you want to take a piece of that tree. And the best time to do that is in the winter, around Tu B'Shvat time, when the tree is dead. It looks dead from the outside, but the growth is all there in the branches. And you take a tip of the branch, that's all you need. Tip of the branch, 30 centimeters, 20 centimeters is enough for you to get a tree that will be giving fruit in 5 years, hopefully. So these are all the trees that we did that with the girls last year, the pomegranates and the fig trees and the passion fruit from our own fruit trees. Okay, another thing with fruit trees, I'm trying to find a place around here that I want to show you where we're going to be putting more fruit trees. I'm very careful where I'm planting these fruit trees. I don't want to put fruit trees in a place that I have future plans for, that afterwards I'm going to say, oh, there's a fruit tree, I can't move it. We're very, very careful not to uproot any, according to halacha, according to the Torah, according to the Kabbalah. It is really, really not good to uproot a fruit tree. These are the lemon trees. Look how tall it is. These were planted from seed around 6-7 years ago. The reason I didn't put them in the ground and I leave them in the bucket is because I don't know if it's going to bear fruit or not. So if I put it in the ground, I'd be nervous. Really prickly thorns these lemon trees have. To be careful.